1045 Fairview, 1049 Villemore, and 1101 rotation coming towards your direction in Luther. Now, under the clear skies, we've dropped it down to 22 degrees out at the airport. Now I was out in the parking lot, and the puddles out there have frozen over. Be very careful. As we get into the midday, that south wind will pick up 10 to 20 miles an hour wall to be up into the upper 80s. We're going to have to watch for some large hail, and there's quite a bit of spin with this one. Some isolated tornadoes are possible. We have a monster of a thunderstorm down south of I-10. This one does have a tornado warning until 6:30. This front will set up on top of us. It'll go stationary. A little bit of an upper level disturbance comes across from the west.
I want to toss it to meteorologist Mike Moritz. We're going to show you some shear and talk about these thunderstorms. Mike?
Well, thank you, Craig. Our strongest storm tonight is over in Martin County. It's in central Martin County. Do have a tornado warning until 10:30 p.m. for Martin County, and the reason is a very strong storm that is in here about 15-20 miles north of Stanton. And I'd like for Craig to put our shear tracker on, and that gives us the idea when we say radar indicated rotation, this is what we're talking about. Now, the rotation was stronger about half an hour ago as this storm moved across Highway 176 north of Stanton, and right now the rotation is about right there in the end of my finger, and that storm is moving to the east-northeast about 20 miles an hour. If Craig will put our cone of movement on that, we can give you an idea where this storm will be moving in the next hour or so. The people in the way of this storm, 10:18 p.m. not. 10:38, it'll be Villemore, and about 10:45 p.m. Luther.
To help Midland Odessa sleep well.
A coating of ice across much of Texas this evening. Here we're looking at the radar, give you a little perspective. We're in Odessa, Midland here. It hit a stop for us. The stars are out, but this is freezing rain all the way from Ozona up to Dallas and that pink, a little bit of snow up there around Denton. If you're traveling to the east or flying into Dallas-Fort Worth, you're going to encounter some delays. And I also have a little bit of a problem here in the Permian Basin tonight, and that is these low temperatures. Under the clear skies, we've dropped it down to 22 degrees out at the airport. And I was out in the parking lot, and the puddles out there have frozen over. Be very careful. And if you're driving in the morning, we're going to have icy patches. Anywhere there was leftover moisture, that is certainly going to be frozen over. It'll probably be 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning before we can get rid of that. Also, another problem is this humidity is up to 90%. We're going to get some freezing fog, and that'll just put a thin coating of glaze on everything, and it may also limit visibility in the morning. So we're not quite done with all this winter weather quite yet. Here we have the satellite radar throughout the day. This is just a very impressive storm system. This trough of low pressure came in here, dropped in the Arctic air. Then we have this classic situation of Pacific moisture overrunning over the top, wrings out the moisture, and now we have that freezing rain running all the way up through the middle part of the country. They had 2 and 3 inches of freezing rain in here, part of the Mississippi Valley. And what we're going to get is, see all this clearing out here in New Mexico? Tomorrow is looking good. We could hit 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon, pick up a west wind as that storm system moves on out. And that storm system is now moving into northeastern New Mexico. This is more a Pacific front, so it'll be cool but not cold in behind that. And the good news is the sunshine will be out. Certainly did miss that sun today. There's our almanac. 21 degrees the low, the high temperature only 28, 30 degrees below normal. I saw 2/100ths of an inch in Odessa at Schleiermacher. Still only a trace at Midland International. They may have a little more in there once that rain gauge thaw is out. And there are our lows tonight in the low 20s for most of the area. 20 degrees at Hobbs, 25 at Pecos. You might have some icy patches out there. 33 at Fort Stockton. It'll be about 30 degrees on the mountain. In Big Spring, they had a lot of freezing rain out there. That'll be all frozen over. Just give yourself some extra time if you have to travel early in the morning. There's the high temperatures. Late in the morning, everything will be all thawed out. 58 for the high temperature here in the Central Basin, 60 at Hobbs, 56 at Big Spring, all the way up to 67 degrees at Pecos. Tomorrow afternoon, you get that west wind blowing. Here in the Central Basin, we could have that freezing fog in the morning. Be very careful, especially on the bridges and overpass. It'll just put a glaze. You won't be able to see it. And the wind will start to pick up out of the northwest and then in the west as we get in the midday hours. And those clouds will break. We'll get some sunshine in here. 46 degrees by midday. It'll start to feel pretty good. And that southwest wind will warm us up. I call it about 58 degrees in Odessa, Midland tomorrow afternoon. 7-day forecast. This is looking pretty good. Be a little cold in the morning. Temperatures in the upper 20s. 55 on Thursday with the north wind. Friday's our best day. 61 degrees with sunny skies. A few clouds coming in here on the weekend. That is ahead of a cold front that's due in here early Monday. But no big chill in behind that one. Just a few clouds and lower temperature. So I urge everybody, watch out with that freezing fog, thin glaze. You can't see it. And even when you're getting out of your house in the morning, watch your step.
Yes, be very careful.
Mike, thanks very much.
Welcome. I think we'll get enough moisture in here and a little bit cooler air in the upper levels so I can put a 20% chance of thunderstorms in there. for Sunday and Monday. This is my favorite part of the show because you always have something interesting going on.
I do. Actually, I'm going to do a little follow-up to a story we talked about in the last half hour. We mentioned that Ripley's, believe it or not, is looking, and this is out of Arlington, they're looking for some unusual things, some oddities that people may have, you know, extra pupils, extra heads, whatever you may have.
There's a lot of odd people out there.
So, my question to you, Mike Moritz, is what is your oddity? If you were going to be in Ripley's, believe it or not, what makes you odd?
I have double-jointed thumbs.
All right, let's see.
Okay, it goes in and out both ways, and I can stick my hand in really small holes. Like if you drop something where you have to really get it behind the refrigerator, I can reach in there and get it, yeah.
Hey, there you go. All right, very interesting. Maybe Ripley's will be calling you.
If this weather thing doesn't work out, I could get an ad in the Yellow Pages. And
there you go. All right, I can
put it under O for oddities. Going to be a very cold one. 26 is the low this morning. The wind will start to pick up out of the southeast, 15 to 25. Combine that with low temperatures, and the wind chill numbers will be in the 20s. High temperature this afternoon, only 42 degrees. We'll see the sun start to come out in between those clouds this afternoon. Our 7-day forecast, things are looking better on the 7-day. We'll take it up to 65 on Tuesdays. The wind comes in the southwest. It'll be up to 30 miles an hour. It'll be blowing pretty good. Weak cool front on Wednesday, drop us down to 60, right back up into the mid and upper 60s for later in the week. It'll be next weekend before we get any more colder weather in here. Have you done your Christmas shopping yet? Is it done?
I'm done. I finished on Saturday, and I think that's actually where I got the cold, because I was in the mall all day, and it was really warm when I left, and then I walked out, and it was freezing cold, because of course I was in there all day. But I did finish finally. But the Midland Mall was packed as well.
Well, I've decided I've got 2 more. And I'm going to get one of those gift certificates from the Home Improvement Center. And my brother loves that because that's an instant honeydew for him.
Exactly.
Oh, no, the Home Improvement Center.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, bro. We didn't have cable TV when I was a kid.
That's right. We had the basic 13 channels. That's it. That's all we had. 13.
It was all snowy and had the tin foil on the rabbit ears.
Yeah, you had you, and that really didn't
count. Or
count.
I was the antenna. My brother made me hold the antenna to get the show. Don't move. Yeah.
Exactly. I remember those days.
It's a 30-minute show.
So, I know there's not really, they shouldn't really complain. I mean, it's just TV, but, you know, kids are spoiled these days, and I know what my kids...
Did you have to hold the antenna?
I did, actually. We had one TV in the house that we had to do. Then I was the youngest. So
right.
are you the youngest?
Yes.
There you go. The youngest always have to hold the antenna.
The youngest are great conductors of electricity and radio waves. This storm is located 25 miles south of Sheffield. Now, Train Spotter has seen a funnel cloud with this one here just in the last 10 minutes, and this storm is moving to the southeast. Fortunately, this is mostly in unpopulated areas there in Terrell County. Now, this storm, as it went by the Terrell gas plant, put down softball-size hail. That's right, softball-size hail. Now, today's Memorial Day, what we'd like to do is remember those fallen heroes in our past wars and also see what the weather is going to be like for those serving today overseas. Let's travel over there between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers in Iraq. In Baghdad, it's hot over there. Low temperature, only 80 degrees. It's going to be a little tough sleeping in that. And the high of 103. Plenty of sunshine, so we do appreciate those doing the heavy lifting over there. And some hot weather in Iraq. Not nearly as hot here in West Texas.
Mike Moritz joins me for this little segment. It's about a Monahan's Pee Wee football championship that we had to feature. Did you ever play football or anything?
Oh, yeah, 3rd grade up. Football's fun.
Okay, well, let's take a look. Before we wrap, congratulations to this Monahan's Pee Wee football team. This afternoon, the black team defeated the white team during the Monahan's Junior Football League Championship. The 8- and 9-year-old boys got to play at Lobo Stadium, which is a big deal when you're little. The black team won 20-0, and each winner walked away with a medal. Boy, do they look small on that field, huh?
Well, that was a nice pass that one guy threw, and they get to play on the big field like the big kids.
I know. Maybe we should have Kyle and Krista consider doing play-by-play for Pee Wee football someday.
I think some of those little guys look a little faster than Kyle and Krista.
I know, and what probably helped was the clear weather. Is it going to stay that way?
It was a great day like that, and it's going to be a little bit windy tomorrow. Let's pop up that 7-day. You can see we have the breezy in there, and I have the thunderstorm cloud. That is some isolated storms. We'll have a little moisture, have a fast-moving storm system, And I think those mainly be in the eastern basin. Then on Monday, that's going to be a west wind. That'll keep us warm. Tuesday's Veterans Day, Melissa.
I know, and it's looking pretty good. Is it going to be a breezy 65? I know you didn't put the word in there, but
It'll be
got
dying
the flag.
down. It'll be dying down. A little bit of a north wind, and then a slight chance of rain with some cooler temperatures on Wednesday.
And tomorrow's the day that we need to watch out for because it's going to be something for everybody. Cold
Right.
in the morning, breezy.
And that wind is really going to pick up in the afternoon.
Thank you very much, Mike. And thank you for staying with us. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 10. You make it a great Sunday.